Welcome back to the Word Expanded the Gospels. We're in the book of Matthew. We're going to be doing verses 7 through 9, trying to pull maybe a truth, maybe two, out of a section, rather than going through it word by word, phrase by phrase. Or just what's the overall, what's a point? Hope that you can do the same thing. You might read it, come up with a totally different point. We're happy to have you tell us that in the comment section. That would be fantastic. But in verse 7, it says this: "Woe to the world for temptations to sin. For it is necessary that temptations come, but woe to the one by whom the temptation comes. If your hand or your foot causes you to sin, cut it off, throw it away. It is better for you to enter life crippled or lame than with 2 hands or 2 feet to be thrown into the eternal fire. If your eye causes you to sin, tear it out, throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than 2 eyes to be thrown into the fire of hell." This is a very simple concept, right? There's really 2 concepts here. The first one is, woe to anybody who leads anybody else into temptation. Now, again, this is a very hard, simple truth. The hard truth is that means you got to be on your game all day long. You need to be paying attention to who you're with. And you have to know what they have been through. You have to know what kind of things are tempting in nature. So as you're riding with somebody and you say, "Hey, let's stop, let's get a coffee," and you realize that they're trying to break their coffee addiction, that's a temptation, that's a problem. And what that shows is that you're not paying attention in the moment. If we're to be used for the tempting of other people by the enemy, it means in a moment we're not present and in tune with the Holy Spirit. It's impossible to be present and in tune with the Holy Spirit 24/7, all the time. We're going to have lapses. We're going to make mistakes. God knows that. But he says there's going to be a consequence. Woe to you. Right? There's going to be a problem with people who walk around and just constantly used by the enemy for tempting other people. And he also adds in there, hey, also, woe to you if you're leading yourself into temptation. So there's this whole idea of be careful who you hang out with, be careful how you're treating other people, what you're doing, but also be careful about yourself. The choices you might make may lead yourself into temptation. It's better to go without a hand, a foot, an eye, something like that, than to constantly be giving in to sin. Right? It's not the temptation that necessarily makes everything go wrong. It's the fact that temptation leads you into sin. Jesus said it's necessary for temptation. But woe to you, whether it's yourself or someone else, who's leading yourself or someone else into sin. Temptation, necessary, but we don't have to be leading other people into sin. We're going to leave it right there. You chew on that. You think about that. We'll see you next time right here on the Word Expanded, the Gospels.